All right, y'all, it's Jacob Cicero here. Today I'm gonna be showing y'all how I make mineral, my own mineral. I don't buy any mineral, any of these big names with the big deer on the bag or the bucket or anything like that. A lot of it's just salt, honestly. If you look at the label on it, salt doesn't really do a whole lot for the deer as much as the minerals do. So I started making my own a couple years ago, and I feel like I've seen a difference in doe body weights during the summer and at the end of the summer, fawning season. Um, so I started making my own using a recipe I found online. It is 1 part dicalcium phosphate. You can get it in any of your local co-ops, possibly Tractor Supply. I've not found it at my local Tractor Supply, but you can maybe you can find it at yours. Um, and then it's 2 part trace minerals, which has some salt in it, but it's also got all your minerals you need and everything. And this just it really helps milk production, I believe, the calcium and the dical for the does during fawning season. So you have healthier doe during and coming out of fawning season, leading into the winter, late fall, winter, and then you have also healthier fawn. So they're kind of getting a jump start into being a healthier deer, possibly a bigger buck. So I'm gonna start mixing this stuff up, show you guys how to do it. All right, y'all, so I've got a 5-gallon bucket, old coffee container, and I've got this trash can here. This is how I mix up my mineral. It's just what I find works for me. I've got my bags here, and like I said earlier, it's 1 part dical to 2 parts trace minerals. So I got a 50-pound bag of dical, 2 50-pound bags of the trace minerals. So I'm gonna mix them in this bucket, and then I'll pour them into the can as I go, make sure everything's integrated, mixed together well. Another reason I forgot to mention that I prefer using this is simply cost. I have right at $70, and I'm gonna have 150 pounds of mixture when I'm done. To go buy 150 pounds worth of mineral at a big box store or your online, these mineral companies, you're going to spend hundreds of dollars versus $70. And I try to put out minerals every 3 months or so throughout the year. And I mean, honestly, I just can't afford to buy that quantity of the name brand stuff. And here's some squirrels or something back there playing around something in the woods. But anyway, I'm gonna get this mixed up and we're gonna start putting it out. All right, y'all, so essentially all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my scoop. We get 1, 2 scoops of the dical, and then since it's 2 to 1, we get 4 scoops of my trace minerals. I'm gonna mix it up till it's all mixed pretty evenly. And pour it into the barrel. And we're gonna just keep continuing that process. All right, y'all. I've got the mineral all mixed up. I got me a little depression dug here right beside my watering hole. Here my food plot. Well, what will be a food plot come fall. I just cleared this spot. Got some corn in here, watering hole, now a mineral site. Got a Tactacam right over there on the tree watching it, so we can start keeping tabs on what all's visiting this area. Got to get a good inventory of what's in the area, and hopefully start a hit list to see what bucks I'm gonna try to go after this year. So I'm just gonna take my shovel here. I'm gonna get me a few good scoops, put in my hole there. It doesn't matter if you spill any. It's gonna get in the soil right here at the mineral site. I like to just go ahead and put enough that's gonna last me a good little while here. I'm gonna put a little bit of corn on top of it, just so if they're not crazy about eating the mineral at first, hopefully that corn, they'll be eating it and they'll be getting some of the mineral and get used to kind of eating. And that's pretty much all there is to it. Pretty simple, pretty inexpensive compared to buying it. I mean, it does seem like a good little bit of money for making, but the amount you make with that money, it just goes so far. So I'm gonna head on to the next spot and get the next one made, and got some other work to do today. Gonna move some cameras around, move some lock-ons around. I'm gonna get a stand put in this new spot. So I hope this will be a pretty good spot come this fall. So we'll get back to it.